Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to have a little go at this reference picture that you can see on the screen. And so I have got my Bockingford fat pad. It's an A4 300 GSM. I've got some water ready. The paints that I'm using are Shinhan paints. And I've already began sort of mixing a few colours up, but I will tell you what they are. What else have I got? I have got some yellow gouache here. It's lemon yellow because I think other than trying to leave white space for those little lemony yellow flowers, which sadly I know not what they are, I think I'm going to paint them in white, with bleed proof white, after I've done the rest of my background, and then I'm going to paint over that with this is just some Daleroni lemon yellow that I managed to find lurking about. I don't use gouache a great deal, and I don't really use yellow a great deal, to be honest. So that's those. I've got 3 brushes at the ready. These are all the Esco de Perla, and I have got a 12, a 10 and an 8 at the ready. They're all round brushes. I've got my little sponge off to the side here that is probably just out of shot. I have sectioned off my page with some washi tape today, actually. I found a pile of washi tape that where I used to do some crafting, and I thought that I would use it up, basically. I've sectioned off this top bit because I just want to try some colours out at the top here before I get going. So I have actually mixed the neutral tint with the vermilion to get this colour here, and I think this will do really nicely. Or maybe it's not as dark as I need it. Hold on, let's make you a bit darker. Yeah, so we've got this kind of dark brown coming through, and I'm at a silly angle here, so it's not going into a very nice circle. Never mind. There we go. I think that is going to be, together with the neutral tint, will be quite nice for the sort of browny, reddy tinged flower on the right there, or whatever that plant is. Those of you that know your plants, put it in the comments below. So I will do a variation of that throughout that plant, I think. I've also mixed up, because we need something for the trees and the tree trunks, and this is I've basically mixed red and green. It's vermilion, and I can't remember what that colour is, to be honest. But I've basically mixed red and green to get this lighter brown for the tree. And then I have mixed some of the yellow and the bright green to get this colour, which I think will be quite nice for some of the foliage, because I've already got a bright green here that's got a real sort of yellow tinge to it. Let's get a light on this, shall we? That might help. I've already got this olive green, And then this is an earth green. So actually there's space there, isn't there? Let's try and pop that in there. So I've already got this earth green. So if I bring those up, you can see I'm building up some of those colours. I will probably use the neutral tint to get some of that dark element in on that one plant. And other than that, I think we're just talking about the yellow. So what I have done is I have mixed the lemon yellow gouache with some white gouache. So this is gouache in here to get this nice bright yellow, which, there we go, we've got a bright yellow there. So those I think are going to be my colours. Let's move everything over so as we can see again. There we go. So where are we going to start? Where do we start with this? I think I'm going to start in the top right hand corner because there's kind of like a little diagonal there and it's quite a dark green, and then it's got some lighter bits in it, but this has actually got some lighter bits in anyway, but it's like that's a very different kind of, ooh, croaky voice today, different kind of bush. Let's get some of that lighter colour in there just to give an impression of it. Okay. What should we get in next? Looks like we've got some kind of quite tall grassy bits and then more leafy bits at the bottom here. So let's get some grassy bits in and mix a bit more of this. We want some that are going to be quite dark underneath, don't we? So we're going to get, I'm just going to do this. I have no idea if this is going to turn out, by the way. And then we've got more kind of leafy bits here, haven't we? But I'm just kind of using my brush to kind of help with what I see, really. And I will just keep building up on it. So then we need some lighter bits down here. And we will put, maybe we will, see that is nice and dark there, but we need some, yeah, we need to get some of this in here, don't we? I'm just going to let everything run a bit, because you know me, loose, loose and more loose. Oh. This is quite wet. Getting some of this background in, and at the bottom here we've got some of that brown, haven't we? So let's get some of that brown in here at the bottom. Okay, actually there's a big shine on that. There you go, you can probably see that better now. Okay, I am gonna keep that as my background and I'm gonna dry that. So back in a tick. Right, well I think that is kind of dry enough. I think I'm going to get this tree in next. So that I was using my big size 12 for that background. I'm now going to go down to the size 10 and I need a bit more brown, so as we all know, red and green makes brown, so we don't always need, oops, wrong place, we don't always need a brown in our box of paints. I want that to be a bit lighter. Let's add a bit of Drawn Brilliant to it. That's better. Okay, so this tree is coming across, so let's get you in. And that needs to be a bit fatter. And we've got a bit that's kind of going like that. And we've got another bit that's coming up kind of next to it almost. Get a bit more paint in there. And we'll have a bit coming across like that. And maybe we'll have a bit going over there. And a bit there. We need to kind of get some of this going on, and then we've got some little bits that just kind of are there in the background. So we've got a few bits there. Then let's start to get in this plant on the right. What should we start with? Should we start with, let's start with this part here. So we've kind of got these leaves coming down. They're kind of wobbly. And if I can just get a kind of a shape in, I can make it better later. So that's kind of coming around. And then more kind of coming down. Okay, and I'm going to use a bit of artistic license here. And I'm going to make this bit in the middle quite red. Let's get a bit more of that red in. Okay. Detail later. Now let's get this stalk in. So this stalk is coming down, and we need that to get a bit fatter. We might have to darken that up a bit. Let's take a bit of you. like so. Right, we've got that in its place. Now, do I need that to dry, or can I do a bit in the middle here? Because I need lots of these leaves, don't I? And these leaves are... we do that maybe, and then I can maybe get these leaves coming off. Maybe we will darken that slightly this time. Slightly different green. We've got leaves that are kind of going across here. So we get a bit of that in there, crossing over. And then we need more in here. And then, oh yes, we've got that. We've got that one, haven't we? That's... I'm saying that one because I can't really point at it, but I want to get... it looks a bit like a fir tree. I want to get that one in. Kind of there, and then more leaves. Let's bring in some of this earth green as well, and have some of these leaves. Love them to be kind of overlapping a bit, don't we? And this, because it's a slightly different colour and slightly darker. Okay, get some of that going on over here. Okay, so I think we're kind of building up a picture here. As you know, mine will never look like the photograph because I can't do that. And I wouldn't want to either. Right. Now we need to do something up in this corner. And so let's take a bit more of that green and see if we can stipple a bit and get some of this going on. want some contrast. Says that we've got that going on. And then let's see if that's too dark. Okay, let's just lighten you up a bit. I want quite a dark green, and I need a smaller brush because I want to get in just some very big grasses going on. So we've got these big grasses over here. And I think that they are going to give a nice background to, in fact, they go right up to the top there, don't they? Let's go right up to the top with those. Okay, we've got this light patch in the middle that I'm not liking. So, answer, darken it. Just darken it up a bit because we want the yellow to stand out, don't we? There, I don't mind it being a bit lighter over there. Need to do something better with that flower, obviously. But let us dry this, see what we've got and see what we need to do next. Okay, back in a tick again. Right, there we go. We are pretty much dry. So I want some more detail on these tree trunks. And what have I pulled out? Sepia 10%. So I just want to get some markings, some texture, something else in there basically. So I think that if I bring that up, we can see now that's got a little bit more texture. And I'm even, where am I? Don't go out of shot. I'm even going to add in some branches in that colour just to tie it in a bit better and bring it over there. And I think that can have some more of that coming up and over. I think that really helps in there. Okay, let's do something with this next. It's really not looking its best, is it? Right, what have we got that might work? What colour is this? Natural russet. Okay, so let's see if we can get, well, that's a bit better, isn't it? Look, so that I think just brings that out a bit more, like so. And then actually leave that out. I need to darken those leaves up. Right, what colour can we use? Ooh, what is this? This looks good. This is crimson aubergine. Needs a bit of a sharpen. Right. Get my sharpener out. And off screen. Sorry, folks. Just going out of shot a little bit. There we go. So that I can sharpen that up. And then I just want to give these more definition. Of course, the nice thing is that we've got our watercolour underneath, which will help. And then we've got these kind of more rounder ones. And then it's quite dark in there. So I think that is starting to look a little bit better. And then I'm going to add some of that red. Or wasn't red, was it? Natural russet in there as well. And then I think that looks a lot better. Much better indeed. Now what else do we need? We need to get, shall I get the yellow flowers in and then see what else we need? Let's do that. So let's get our yellow flowers in next. So I'm going to start, because I haven't left the white of the paper, I'm going to make white on the paper. And I don't like using masking fluid. So in order to get them in a bit of the right place, find a, where's my greens? There you are. Let's just use something a little bit nondescript, and we will get a line going up there. We want a line coming across here, going right up. We want one coming across there and a little one there. Right, okay, now I've got those in the right place. I'm going to get these little, and they're kind of like in twos, aren't they? And then I can go over those with the yellow gouache, she says, confidently, not ever having done this before. So of course it could be a complete disaster. Let's start at the bottom here, and maybe we'll make this a bit bigger. Getting smaller as we go up, like so. Right, where's my next line of defence? Here it is. We need a couple there. just don't think the yellow will pop unless it's being put on a white background. Okay, and then our final one, where did I draw that? Here. Okay, so that's where our lemon is going to go. But first that has to dry again, so pause and, well, it won't be a pause for you because I'll be straight back in a tick. Okay, so I did just try this Museum Aquarelle Caran d'Ache pencil, and you could, if I bring this up, can you see there? You could go over the white with that. I've tried the gouache, which, no, that just wasn't working. But I've decided to go back in with my Shinhan yellow. And, et voila, going over the top of the white, where am I? Works a treat. And I quite like the little white halo that some of them have, which you might not be able to see until I bring it up a little bit closer. But this, and I'm using it pretty thickly, you can see, is working really well. So that's what I'm going to stick with to do these yellow flowers. I wish I knew what they were as well. So they are coming out quite nicely as yellow. And as I said, I don't mind if some of the white shows through, because I think that will help to make them pop a little bit. I think, anyway. So, let me just bring that up. I'm going to have to do it sideways, look. You can see there I've added that yellow in. I think for me there's not quite enough contrast. I need to get some dark in behind them, but I need them to dry. But as I said, you could use the yellow Museum Aquarelle pencil instead, or another coloured pencil probably. I think when I squint my eyes looking at the photograph, this bit is a lot darker in here. So I need to adjust that. And I'm just going to use the neutral tint, kind of watered down a bit, and just see how I go. But it's like there's definitely this darker bit here underneath this bush, and I'm not showing that very well. So Let's just see if we can blend that in a bit more and get that contrast in. Don't want that hard edge. Just soften that a bit. So that we've got some contrast going on, because otherwise that's not, it's kind of not doing it. I'm not sure if I like that now that I've done it, but let's keep going. Right, I need to get some dark in there, but I need that yellow to dry. Okay, drying again. Right. Okay, I think I just need to do more of those grasses coming up and getting some green, darker green behind the yellow flowers. So that's going to be dark enough. Right, let's just see if we can kind of go between a little bit. Some of that dark in. And I definitely need to do those stalks, don't I? And get those in a bit more. Because we need those darker. Right, now we've got some better stalks in there, and I think that helps a bit. Okay. I'm going to get some more grasses in here, I think. And I'm trying to use quite a dry brush to do that. To get some more of those strokes in. Okay. I don't know that I like this corner very much at all. Can we do anything there with that? Perhaps if we bring some of these grasses up and over. Yeah, not happy with that corner at all. Am I happy with it? Possibly not. That almost seems to need to be darker. And maybe I will get some dark in here. Maybe that's a little bit better. Where's my... What colour do I want here? That needs a bit more kind of definition, I think. There's my brown. Let's use a bit more brown here. Give it a bit more texture. Right, if I squint my eyes, I've got quite a lot of dark. Okay. I wonder, where's my bright green? There you are. Let's get some of that bright green in, just as splats, and maybe that might help. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure what will help. Never mind. Let us take off the masking tape, or rather washi tape that I've used. I'll move my water out of the way before I knock it. Must admit that pulls off quite nicely. Okay, so let us let's where am I going with this? There we go. Let's lose that for a minute. Lose me for a minute. And then I will bring this up so that you can see. I mean, it does have a certain something. I quite like this bottom bit. I do not like that bit. So this would be one of those where I just kind of cut that bit out. But I think I quite like the effects across here. So I think that's what I've learnt. I think I should have left that. And I don't really like that flower in there. So, I don't know. What do you think? Have you learned anything from me playing and, you know, maybe making some mistakes? So there we go. A little something, a little practice in my sketchbook. Next time round, lose that, keep that. So that's what I would be doing next with this. That's what our sketchbooks are for, learning and progressing each time. So thank you all very much for joining me, trying this out. I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and stay safe and stay healthy and stay calm. And I will see you next time.